For 6 years, I told everyone my target audience was small business owners who need marketing help. I was confident, but at the time I was still discovering my market. And I discovered that broad definition to my niche was keeping me stuck. Today, I'm going to show you the 4-step analysis that I use that completely transformed the way I define my target market and how you can use it too to define your niche. Here's what most of us do wrong when it comes to defining our target market. We either go too broad, we serve entrepreneurs, or we only focus on one element. We nail the demographics, like we work with CEOs, but we miss what actually drives their decisions. Or we get the psychographics, people who value authenticity, but we can't figure out who specifically we're talking to. It's like trying to build a campfire with random kindling. Some pieces might catch fire, but you'll never get the consistent, sustainable flame you need to keep it going. So let me share what I discovered when I finally got serious about analyzing my entire client base. I thought I had one audience, small business owners. It turns out I had two completely different groups hiding under that umbrella that both required a completely different approach to how I promoted my business and the offers and services I provided. Group 1 were owner-operators. Think construction, custom jewelry makers, farmers selling meat. They work in their business every day. Their customers are largely consumers. They're not hanging out on LinkedIn. And when they need marketing help, they don't have the time to learn it or the desire. They just want someone to do it for them. Group 2, those were corporate escapees. Former professionals who left to build expertise-based businesses. Think coaches, consultants, speakers. They're online. They network. They value relationships. And here's the key difference. They want to learn how to get better at promoting their business because their business is so closely identified and tied to who they are. When I analyzed who invested the most in my services, and who I generally enjoyed working with, and who got the best results, 85% fell into group 2. And that's when it clicked. I've been trying to gather kindling for two completely different types of fires. So here's the 4-step framework that I use that changed everything. Think of it like learning to select the right kindling for your marketing campfire. Step 1. Map your entire client base from the past 2 to 3 years. Don't filter anything yet. List everybody who's worked with you regardless of project size. Step 2. Find the demographic patterns across all your clients. Who are they? What industries do they work in? What roles do they hold? What's their experience level? Where are they in their business journey? I found patterns around former corporate professionals, 3 to 5 years in business, who are building businesses based or formed around their area of expertise, largely services. Step 3, identify the psychographic patterns across that same client list. What drives them? What do they value? How do they make decisions? My group valued authenticity. They wanted to learn versus outsource. And they sought sustainable approaches for promoting their business over constant hustle and chasing the latest marketing tactic. Step 4, find your intersection among your best clients. Here's where the magic happens. Among the clients who invested fully and those you enjoyed working with and achieved great results, which demographic and psychographic patterns appeared most frequently? Once I found that intersection, I went from small business owners who want help with their marketing to corporate escapees building expertise-based businesses who want to confidently promote their business without compromising their values. That intersection gave me the exact kindling I needed for my marketing campfire. It was the materials that would catch fire easily and burn consistently for the specific type of business I wanted to build and the people I wanted to connect with. It was enough to ignite their interest. Now, I know what you're thinking. But Mike, what if I'm being too narrow? What if someone outside my target wants to work with me? Well, think of it like preparing kindling for a campfire. You choose the right material for the fire you want to build. But that doesn't mean other materials won't burn. It just means your chosen kindling catches fire more easily and burns more consistently. So yeah, you can still work with anyone who wants to invest in your services. But when you get specific about your ideal client and your target market, 3 things happen. Your ideal clients, your target market, recognize instantly that you're for them. Your message and how you deliver it becomes 10 times clearer. And your referrals improve because people know exactly who to send to you. Even my specific target market represents a pretty huge market. After doing some statistical analysis, it's probably around 700,000 people. Even after I filter it for some additional psychographics and potentially demographics, that's more than I could ever serve. Here's what I want you to do this week. Take 30 minutes and work through this kindling selection exercise, this defining your target market. Map your entire client base and find the patterns in both who they are and what drives them. Remember, most businesses get stuck describing only the who part. We serve CEOs or we work with consultants. When you add the what drives them part, everything becomes much clearer. So instead of CEOs, try CEOs who value long-term relationships over quick wins. Instead of consultants, maybe it's former executives turned consultants who prefer collaborative approaches. That type of intersection between the demographics and the psychographics is where your marketing approach gets powerful. When you know exactly what kindling ignites interest for your specific audience, that's when everything changes. Want to see how well your current messaging on your homepage reflects this audience clarity? I've got a free 5-second clarity scorecard that'll assess how well your homepage communicates to your ideal clients. A link to request one is in the description. And if you found this helpful, subscribe for more practical marketing tips and guidance that actually works for value-driven entrepreneurs. Next week, in the next videos, we'll be talking about why speaking their language isn't really about vocabulary. It's about preparing kindling that catches fire immediately when your ideal clients encounter it. I'm curious, what patterns have you noticed in your best clients? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you discover when you do this analysis.